everyone, Philip Travis here, History 437 here at EOU. It is week 7 here in the history of modern Germany, and I'm going to make this part of the announcement short because the factoid, the bonus extra credit, is in the video below. And I will say in advance, there are a couple of you that have taken my military history class in the past, and as a result of that, you've probably seen this video because I do like to show this firsthand video whenever it's relevant. But the overwhelming majority of us haven't seen this, and I think it's a pretty fascinating and neat look into a site of the late 1930s from France and Germany that we don't usually see or hear too much about, but is really, really relevant to the late 30s and to the Second World War, which we're going to be getting into soon. So for a couple of you that have taken my military history class and you've seen this video, please watch it again and email me the factoid no later than Wednesday by midnight. This one will be worth 2 points because, of course, it's a little bit longer. In addition to that, the midterms are graded, your theses and source submissions are graded, and I think what I'm going to do before our final exam, so be on the lookout for this, is I might set up a Zoom meeting where everyone or anybody or nobody can come in to a particular time during the week before the final exam, and we can talk about what we've covered. I know we go through a lot of material in the class, and I want you to succeed. I want us to learn this, and so I'm thinking that in the final week, so week 10, before we take the final exam, I'll set up a Zoom meeting and I'll open it up. I'll put a link there in modules, and you can click that link the final week during week 10, and we can all, as many of you as want, can come in and we can take questions, review for the test, do whatever we need to do. So I thought that would be very helpful for us. So be on the lookout for that. This week, there's no quiz this week. There's no big assignment this week. There is quite a bit of reading, but I really would like you to use this week to do 2 things. One, be thinking about the primary source analysis paper. The primary source analysis paper on this book will be due next week, in week 8. And then, of course, during exam week, technically week 11, you'll have your research paper that is due. And I'm really excited about some of the topics. I see some really, really interesting topics in there. Make sure if you haven't already, go in and view my feedback if you haven't already, because I gave quite a lot of feedback to a number of you on moving forward with the research paper. So we are reading this week from our primary source reader. We are going to be reading chapter 24, 25, as well as 27 through 33, the documents. Document 24, 25, and then 27 through 33. As we look at Nazi Germany in the late 1930s, on the eve of the Second World War. And of course, we're also witnessing in this, in a lot of the readings, you're witnessing really the beginning of the Holocaust, of course. The Holocaust did not begin during World War II, as is sometimes thought. The Holocaust began with Nazi Germany's rise to power. One of the first things that Nazi Germany did was to begin establishing concentration camps that were used to persecute and punish political prisoners, but also Jewish individuals in Germany, as Nazi Germany tried to basically eliminate the Jewish population from Germany. And then, of course, we will see that action again carried out, with tragic consequences in Eastern Europe, Poland, Ukraine, and other parts of the world. Not to mention, of course, in Western Europe, France, the Netherlands, and so forth during the Second World War. So we'll be reading from Muller, 24, 25, 26 through 33. We'll be reading Bendersky, Part 3. There's also a PDF of a relatively short chapter from a book called Soldiers of Destruction that I also want you to look at because it talks about the architect behind the concentration camps, which of course began from the site, the concentration camp of Dachau, which was located just to the north of the city of Munich in Bavaria. So for the factoid this week, watch the video below, get 2 points, 2 bonus points added to a test score at the end of the term. Let's have a great week. I'll see everyone in the discussion.